Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with little Miss Porsche and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Porsche's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed. We're using a little martingale collar, and the only correction we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll be introduced to that training equipment, and we'll give you our recommendations on how to best use it when you come to pick her up tomorrow. Now, Porsche is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Porsche heel. Now at this point, Porsche has a job to do, and that is to walk along nicely beside you, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And we're doing this inside because it's very, very cold outdoors.
Good girl. Good girl. Ready, Porsche heel. Good girl.
And she walks along with Brandy, and each time Brandy stops her feet, Porsche has been taught to sit automatically. She's distracted by me.
Porsche heel. Come on. Good girl. Good girl, Mommy.
Without being told to wait for her next command. And all of these commands are designed to teach Porsche that you're in charge, not she, and that she has to perform these tasks for you that you're asking her to do.
Good girl.
And there's no aggression involved in this. There's no debating this. This is the sit stay. It is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. This helps to develop her self-control and maturity. When Brandy walks back to her, she walks all the way back around her and stops at her shoulders, back at heel position, and she gives her a treat for a good job. She is very treat motivated, and we're going to teach you how to use your leash as a training tool as well. That was better.
Stay.
So this is your long sit stay. You're going to lengthen this out. You're going to start out at about 20 seconds, and you're going to work all the way up to 3 minutes. This time Brandy will well, she's going to return back to her again. She stops at her shoulders.
And sit.
She leaves her again in another sit stay. And this is harder for us videoing inside as well because we're in close quarters, but we wanted you to see what she's learned without her shivering. This time Brandy's going to demonstrate the come on command.
Good job.
She comes right in front and sits facing your knees.
Porsche heel.
And this is something that Mommy, you in particular, should practice with her, because you're the person that she's giving the hardest time to, the one that she's willing to come back at. So you need to be doing these commands with her.
Porsche. Sit. You ready? Down.
Now this is your down from a heel position, so with her seated at your left,
Stay.
use your open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay, you're going to start out at about 45 seconds and work all the way slowly up to 5 minutes. And when Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, back to her shoulders. She praises her for a good job.
Porsche heel. Now heel. Good girl. Come on.
And it's not like Porsche came and magically sprouted a halo. She's gone after us as well.
Ready? Down.
But you're down and stay.
Stay. Stay. Porsche, come.
Brandy calls her out of that command and brings her in and has her sit.
Good girl.
We try not to let her jump, but she gets very enthusiastic.
Good girl. Good girl. Ready, Porsche, heel. Good girl. Good girl. Porsche, heel.
When she's good, she's very, very good. And I think this is really going to help you. A lot of people don't understand why obedience training helps with behavior modification, but it does. It teaches her that you're in charge, and she's so smart. You see her running through the commands without Brandy. And happens. Once they've practiced a lot, they start to do the commands when they're really smart without you.
Porsche, come.
Brandy calls her and she comes right in and sits.
Good girl.
So we have a lot to go over with you when you come to get her tomorrow. She's learned a lot. She's come a long way. We want to keep her being the sweet dog that we know that she can be. We want to help you as much as possible to keep this going at home, because you don't need a nasty little dog. We've enjoyed having Porsche. She's done a great job here at school, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.